temperature in the 60s in South Florida on the final night of the NFL regular season. Hard Rock Stadium is the site, and this game is for the championship of the AFC East, hosted by the 11-5 Miami Dolphins. And their quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, taking on their rival, Josh Allen, and the 10-6 Buffalo Bills on NBC's Sunday Night Football. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark. Great one coming up here tonight. The winner is the number 2 seed. They'll play a home game, and given the geography of Miami and Buffalo, that is a big deal. Chris, the reason we've arrived here is because Buffalo's hot. They've won their last 4. How have they done it?
I just think that they're so dangerous right now in so many different ways. Defensively, they're playing their best football of the season without question. But when you look at the Buffalo Bills, there's only one goal, and that's to win a Super Bowl. And unless Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs can recapture some of the magic that they had early in this season, it's going to be tough to do.
Miami's opened the door. They've split the last 4 games 2-2, and they lost in Baltimore by 37 last Sunday. So how big a concern is that?
Well, Baltimore's been kicking everybody they've been playing, so maybe not that big a concern. But these Dolphins, they've got some really key injuries now on both sides of the ball. So you begin to think about what has to happen tonight, and I think it's going to be the remaining stars, if you will, Tua and Tyreek Hill, Devon Achane. Those guys are going to have to be extra special tonight.
The Dolphins haven't won this division in 15 years.
That's right. 19 players were on the Dolphins injury report this week. Cornerback Xavier Howard, he was ruled out on Friday with a foot injury, and 3 other key starters came into this one questionable. Running back Raheem Mostert and wide receiver Jalen Waddle are both out with ankle injuries. Safety Javon Holland, he came into tonight with injuries to both of his MCLs. He came out earlier to test it, didn't seem to have any issues. I spoke to him, he said he's good to go. And just now, safety Deshaun Elliott pulled his calf in pregame warmups. He's questionable. In addition to the Dolphins' injuries, wide receiver Tyreek Hill left Wednesday's practice after learning that his house was on fire. There was substantial damage, but fortunately all of his family members and his pets were safe. The fire was determined to be accidental. Head coach Mike McDaniel called it a scary situation and said that Tyreek has had the full support of everyone within the Dolphins organization, Mike.
What a week, Melissa, thank you. There you see the coaches and what's at stake here. Sean McDermott's team wins. Pittsburgh goes to Western New York. The Dolphins go to Arrowhead next week. If the Dolphins win, Mike McDaniel's crew stays right here, and we run this back next week. The Steelers will be at the Chiefs. If it's a tie tonight, Buffalo's the 6, Miami's the 2, and we'll get into what that means if events warrant. Buffalo has won the toss, deferred the option, so Miami will get the ball first. Tyler Bass kicking off for Buffalo, and Braxton Berrios handles the returns for Miami. They met in Orchard Park, week 4. Buffalo won 48-20. This one with a lot more on the line. Final game of the season for the division title. Off we go from South Florida. It's a touchback. Dolphins offense starts at the 25, and here they are. Different starting offensive line combination this year. Second most in the league, but Miami still leads the league with 30 points per game. One headline: the Bills Mafia has taken over South Florida. All that noise you hear? Bills fans. From the 25. Tua holds, throws, incomplete. Trying to get it downfield for Cedric Wilson, and a flag is down in the secondary, but it's going to be an ineligible man downfield for the Dolphins. Alex Kemp, our ref.
Ineligible downfield. Offense number 68. It's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's the right guard, Robert Hunt.
Yeah, you get the RPO right off the bat, and of course the offensive linemen, they've got to block run first. And when Tua pulls it down, and once he starts to move, that means your guy's going downfield. And it's not the fault of Robert Hunt here at all. He doesn't know exactly what's going to happen. And the hesitation just simply created the foul.
Line by the Bills, 2nd and 10 for Tagovailoa. Devon Achane, the speedster in the backfield. And he's got it on the flip going in the opposite direction. And Achane turns the corner, has a first down. Gain of 16 to the 41-yard line. Micah Hyde tried the first time, he couldn't bring him down.
So a week ago, they were pitching the ball that way. This time they do this and counter back. to give a little misdirection to this fast-moving Buffalo Bills defense. And Achane has been averaging 8 yards per carry this year, which is unbelievable, and he just keeps it going.
He got 16 on that one. The rookie out of Texas A&M. Carrying the load with Mostert out tonight. Now flip it to the left. That time the Bills were there. Greg Rousseau and Christian Benford, the corner, said, not coming this way. And Daquan Jones finished it up with the tackle. Loss of 4.
Well, Daquan Jones really has become the guy that once he got back in this lineup, boy, everything seemed to settle down just a little bit. Now they really have 2 stars inside with Ed Oliver and his 9.5 sacks. But the force against the run is number 92, Daquan Jones.
So good to have him back, injured in the game against Jacksonville. Officially a loss of 3. 2nd and 13. Emptied out from Tua, throws it complete. There's Tyreek Hill for the first time tonight. Taron Johnson with the tackle. It'll bring up 3rd down for the quarterback, Tonga Vailoa. And since he's starting tonight, think back, that was the big talk before the season. Could he make it all the way through? He's one of only 9 quarterbacks to make every start this year. He needs another 118 yards to end the season with the most passing yards in the league. Year 4 for the 5th overall pick out of Alabama.
Well, you know Tyreek Hill is going to get a lot of attention here. And so now the question becomes, who else steps up with Jalen Waddle out of the lineup?
Hill in motion, turning upfield. Tua looking that way. Tua throwing that way. Downfield, Benford undercuts it and intercepts it. Christian Benford with pick number 2 on the season. And the first statement made by this Buffalo defense. 16-yard line. James Cook the back for Josh Allen. Now into the air on 1st down. And complete to Stephon Diggs. Gain of 4. Chris, take us back to the pick. What happened?
Yeah, and so many times we see Tyreek Hill take off in motion and basically gain speed, and then nobody can stay with him. This ball was probably underthrown by 7 or 8 yards on the outside there, and just a great play by Christian Benford, who stood and ran right with Tyreek Hill.
Below Shakir, the 3rd receiver in motion. 2nd-year man, James Cook, bouncing to the outside. And Cook close to the 1st down. Mark him at the 25, a yard short. David Long with the stops. Josh Allen, the quarterback, 5th consecutive year. He's made every start for Buffalo. He leads the league, 42 total touchdowns, 15 of them on the ground. But he started the week with the 2nd most turnovers. 7th overall pick. He's taken the Bills to the playoffs now for 5 consecutive seasons, and it's been the full Josh Allen experience this year. Touchdowns, turnovers.
I tell you, though, he tore up the Miami Dolphins when they played the first time.
320 yards and 5 touchdowns in that Week 4 game. 3rd and 1, the run, it's Leonard Fournette, and he's got the 1st down. They activated Fournette for the 2nd time this season. He's been on the practice squad for a couple of months. Fournette moves the chains for Buffalo.
You almost want to say, this isn't fair. Wait a minute, they added Leonard Fournette to the backfield, and what he's done now is not only give him a little pop and some size and pass protection, but remember with Tom Brady back in the day with Tampa Bay, he had 142 receptions with the Bucs in 2 years there, so he is very much a weapon out of the backfield.
I go 51, Rita!
Fournette active, Latavius Murray inactive. Ty Johnson's the back now, spread out on 1st and 10. And Allen getting rid of it quick. 2nd pop to Diggs. It's a gain of 6 minutes ago. The Dolphins have started 12 different offensive lines. The Bills have started the same 5 guys all year. One of 2 teams in the league to do that. Fake to Diggs. Allen with time, middle of the field. It's caught on a tight end. Dalton Kincaid inside the 40 to the Miami 36-yard line. And the Bills dealing here on this opening drive. A gain of 28.
And the big question with Josh Allen, what are you going to do? Are you going to pressure him? You're going to coverage. And right now, they are going to at least attempt to bring a little pressure. But when you pressure and get nothing, that means there's a voided zone out there. And Josh Allen very calmly picked it apart.
the year it has been for Kincaid, the 25th overall pick in the draft out of Utah. Catch 67 on the season. James Cook, big hole for Cook. First down run of 14 yards as he takes it to the 21-yard line.
Oh boy, they're getting it going here, Mike, and it started out with a very simple couple of passes on the outside to Stephon Diggs. They come right back to their next threat and Dalton Kincaid at the tight end, and now if they get James Cook in this running game going too, you have headaches for the Miami Dolphins defense.
6 plays, 3 first downs. Allen. Left it open, keeps it alive, he gets it complete, it's Cook out of the backfield. He'll twist forward to the 15-yard line, so it turns into a nice game for a local product, Miami Central High School, about 10 miles away from the stadium here. Came into the day 5th in yards from scrimmage. What a very good second year it's been for the second-round pick out of Georgia.
How about the day he had against the Dallas Cowboys? 221 yards from scrimmage, 179 rushing, and that was a wake-up call around the league.
Try him again, weaving his way close to first down yards. Deshaun Hand has 2 hands on him. It'll be 3rd and a yard for this Buffalo offense.
Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator, really compared to what we saw a week ago, in which they had a few gimmicky plays in the first quarter, settled down to a little bit more of a shotgun approach. He knows, though, the best approach is for Josh Allen, be in the shotgun, and here comes the old bobsled push here with Josh Allen.
Over to the left, and more than the first down is Allen, always tough to bring down. Ball comes out, but they say they had stopped his progress there at the 9-yard line. Despite the disagreement of Jalen Ramsey, it's a first down for Buffalo.
And it's hilarious. Josh Allen has done this to the left every single time. Fournette now, the pusher, in behind him. And he didn't even push him at all. But they have such power over there with Connor McGovern and Deion Dawkins on that left side. And Josh Allen's almost like, I don't care. I'm going that way. Those are my guys, and they haven't let me down yet.
I love your nickname. You coined it, the Buffalo Bobsled. It works. Fournette was the pusher, now is the carrier. Takes it to the 5-yard line, gain of 3. We'll go through the specifics of the Miami defense as we go through the night, but Melissa alluded to it at the top. Their 2 top edge rushers now out for the season, losing Bradley Chubb last week. So Vic Fangio, the 65-year-old veteran defensive coordinator, really working shorthanded here tonight.
And this is when Josh Allen is oh so dangerous. He's the guy in the red zone. Whether he's throwing it or running it, almost impossible to stop down here.
Second and goal, the fullback Gilliam in motion. Allen looks towards knocks the tight end, incomplete, no flag. Cater Kohu, the nickel, who was picked on when he was playing outside corner in the first meeting between these teams, comes up with the stop there.
Yeah, just a simple route off the play action pass. And let's take a look at just how much contact there was at the point of the catch. More than a little bit.
Pulling on the right arm may have been the biggest part of restricting it from going to get it. No pass interference, 3rd and goal. Cook is the back. Dolphins bring the heat. Allen retreats and he throws an interception. Still alive to run and finally brought down was Eli Apple. Staying in the end zone may have been more beneficial for field position, but the Bills go down the field and Allen turns it over and Apple with the takeaway. Keeping that hand, that left arm underneath. One more look from this side.
Complete, full out, cover 0, bring everybody. Josh Allen, I think, threw an interception. That one looked good to me.
And it would be the Bills' first red zone turnover of the season. So each team has turned it over. Still not confirmed yet. As they look at every turnover in replay, they'll check this one out as we step out. Inside is heavy rains yesterday. Pretty calm today. After the interception thrown by Allen, taken by Apple, Tua, and the Dolphins start from the 3. Ooh, and a stumbling Achane. Lucky to get out of there. There is a flag down. Daquan Jones was busted in there quickly. Let's see if the Bills got in there too quickly.
Offside. Defense number 90 was lined up in the neutral zone. That's a 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
On Shaq Lawson. So a break and a bonus. Let's go back to the Allen interception, Chris.
Yeah, and there's a theory that to beat the Bills, Josh has to beat Josh, and you're going to see him looking in this direction, and here's the action right here. He's just going to turn and throw this ball once he feels that pressure without any real feel for what was happening with Gabe Davis down the field. Just can't do that close to the goal line with points being taken off the board now.
From the 8, same look as that earlier play, that opposite side flip to Achane, bumped out of bounds by Taron Johnson. Another flag is down. Achane achieved the first down, but this flag is thrown in the Miami backfield.
Holding. Offense number 72. It's half the distance to the goal line. Still first down.
It's the Pro Bowl left tackle, Teron Armstead.
There's Armstead out wide trying to run with Achane, and you'll see the jersey tug right there. It's a good call.
You see the toss of the flag right to the spot. A.J. Epinesa was the man who was held on the Buffalo defense. By the way, Von Miller, a healthy scratch, inactive last week, is active. Did not play on that first Buffalo drive. And the 2 flags give you the rare 1st and 9. Jeff Wilson's now the back. He's heading out. And Tua throws under Run River. Craycraft to the 23-yard line. So people will have to step up in the absence of Jalen Waddle and the 4th-year man from Washington State with the grab there.
Just a terrific route outside. Low snap. Tua handled it under pressure immediately and just calmly raised up and found that slant to Craycraft. And that was the question, Mike, coming into this game. Who would it be? Who could take some pressure off of Tyreek Hill? Because unless you're running the ball well, and other guys are stepping up to make plays in the passing game, you can't get it to him.
With the fake now, throws to that open space. There's Tyreek Hill taken off. The cheetah pulled down right around the 42-yard line. Gain of almost 20 yards on their connection.
And here they're going to come right back to that fake toss play on the outside, and then Tyreek is just going to drive down the field. So they achieved a little balance by getting Craycraft open on the other side. You have to just divert their attention. Nicely done that time by the Dolphins.
41, and a lot on his package, and Achane, he accelerates so quickly. Another first down on the ground for the rookie out of A&M.
Mike, it's like every play has been some version of this pistol misdirection, and they knew the Bills would be pumped up, right? Division title on the line, and yet they're doing exactly what they were able to do a week ago, which is get outside with the great speed of Achane. And in order for them to begin to bring some of the safeties down for the Buffalo Bills, they always play 2 deep safeties back here. In order for them to come down, you have to be effective running.
Conventional toss to Achane here, just a yard or so against this Buffalo defense. This Buffalo defense, and look at the ranks this year. Top 5 in the league, points, sacks, and takeaways. Only Buffalo and Baltimore. Tua couldn't swing it on the side, try to get it open to his tight end. Julian Hill leaked out. Leonard Floyd was in his face and gave him no space.
Well, these 2 head coaches going at it, right? One's the play caller, the other's the play caller on defense. And Sean McDermott, you know, Leslie Frazier, not the coordinator right now. They were good last year. He just had an idea of how to make it a little bit better. And they love this. 3rd down and 8 with a good pass rush, and pressure now on Tua to deliver.
I love this matchup of these two guys. Matching wits calling plays. Von Miller in the game for the first time. Tua fires sideline for Tyreek Hill. And he's ruled out of bounds. Couldn't get the feet down. It's incomplete. It'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to punt the football away here. And, you know, the hard part is really with both of these offenses, you don't have confidence that you can stop them, whether they start on the 10 or the 50. And so Josh Allen's going to get a chance to drive the length of the field one more time.
Deontay Hardy back deep. Don't see Jake Bailey much in these games for the Dolphins. His 48 punts, second fewest for any team in the league. Just over. Make that fair catch right around the 10-yard line. Ports here in Fort Lauderdale in Miami. Bills taking over their own 11. Second drive. Pressure picked up. Allen's got time. Shot downfield. Diggs is wide open. He couldn't hit him. Oh, Stephon had a couple of steps and was looking for a house call. 13 and 14. Couldn't get it.
Whoa, Jalen Ramsey. I don't know what this little wiggle move was here, but it froze Jalen Ramsey, who was looking to pick 6-1 and take it the other way. And oh boy, that was really lucky right there. And this is what's been happening though. For whatever reason, Josh Allen and Steph Diggs just have not found those big plays that they have been really famous for over the last few years.
Shakir, nice catch. Good block. Shakir down the sideline. And Khalil Shakir at his terrific speed is into Dolphins territory with a big play.
Oh boy, it's a problem when you go slot blitz and now you've just got two guys on that half of the field. Here's the block. Those two guys run into each other, and running down the sideline is Shakir. So once again, trying to distribute the ball to as many people as they can to create the one-on-one opportunities for Diggs outside. And here they are again with Jalen Ramsey and Diggs down here at the bottom of the screen.
46 on the game. Ty Johnson to the right. He's got a good first down run against this Miami defense tonight. He's their signal caller inside. He has not played yet. Deshaun Elliott, who Melissa told you had that pre-game calf strain, has been out there most every snap for Miami so far. After the gain of 5, here comes pressure again. Allen getting rid of it. Incomplete for Kincaid. There was Elliott trying to chase him as Allen was pressured.
I tell you, it looks like Miami has made up their mind. The only way they're going to win this game is to come and get Josh Allen. It has been the pressure tonight that has had an effect on him, and Josh has thrown a couple of little fadeaways and missed passes and had the one interception against the pressure. So maybe the game plan has been laid out now for the Miami Dolphins on defense. But no pressure here, though.
6 DBs, Duke Riley, the linebackers at the top of the screen. In coverage, designed run. Allen not going to get there. Good play inside by Christian Wilkins. Captain who's had a career-best 8-sack season. Big stop there. Fourth down for the 35. Fourth and about 2.
And probably going for it here, but Christian Wilkins, you hit on it. 8 sacks. Zach Sealer on the other side with a career-best 9.5 sacks. So despite the fact that they're missing star players on the outside and Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips, those guys inside have become stars.
Diggs coming back there. He had a carry last week. It's 4th and 2. He releases. He doesn't even get out. Van Ginkel took him away. Josh flips it towards the end zone to Davis. Intercepted. A second end zone interception. Deshaun Elliott comes away with this one.
First look, he had a flat route right out here that he chose not to take. It was open. That's your first down right there. He had the natural pick, and now Josh is going to throw his third fadeaway jumper wildly down into the end zone, and you go, okay, they actually maybe gain a little bit on 4th down, right, and take a shot with that, but 4th and 2. And probably going for it here, but Christian Wilkins, you hit on it. 8 sacks. Zach Sealer on the other side with a career-best 9.5 sacks. So despite the fact that they're missing star players on the outside and Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips, those guys inside have become stars.
Diggs coming back there. He had a carry last week. It's 4th and 2. He releases.
It has been one of those kind of starts so far for Josh Allen where he is just going to let it fly.
Again, Davis, he hit his own foot, knocked himself down. It wasn't even tangled feet with Eli Apple. Apple tried to take out that first interception because he had space and ended up backing them up. That time, of course, it's so easy to say from up here, let that go so you get the ball out around the 35. Instead, it's the pick. And here, Achane was looking to throw, and the Buffalo defense strung him out. At the end of a very eventful Monday night crew, we'll have the Monday night playoff game on ESPN and ABC. We're going to give you the full playoff schedule before we head out of here tonight. Heading forward is Jeff Wilson to the 24-yard line on that carry. For you stat freaks, the last play of that quarter was ruled a sack as the running back was looking to throw. Terrell Dodson got the sack for Buffalo.
And the Miami Dolphins now are trying to establish that running game, and they really feel like that they made some progress despite the big blowout loss a week ago. They felt like this offensive line proved themselves that they could come off the ball and deliver a blow, and as long as the Bills stay too deep, they're going to keep running.
3rd and 5 here. Tua throws. It is complete for the first down just across the 30-yard line. Braxton Berrios got to the sticks, and we'll move the sticks for Miami.
2.3 seconds or less. That is the game right there for Tua Tagovailoa. Anytime he's getting that ball out of his hands quickly, this offense moves. On the other side, Josh Allen is just the opposite. Some of his biggest plays have always come when he has time to scramble and run around. So you're going to see Tua trying to get the ball out on time and neutralize this rush.
Pop, trying to turn the corner. Achane cannot do it. Greg Rousseau, former Miami Hurricane, over there to help make the stop. Another first down loss with Dotson, the other man, to help him.
You know, Rousseau only has 5 sacks on the year, but 11 tackles for loss. Look at that guy. You go, how would you block that out there? And they tried to not block him and just have him come slam down hard inside. But Rousseau is some athlete and kind of got away right there. Good thing Dotson didn't lead with that helmet.
Right. Rousseau had a bunch of sacks when he played in the stadium as a Cane. To the youth, waiting for Miami. Pitch back to this Buffalo defense now getting really aggressive coming after Achane on these runs. It was Bernard and Johnson, the linebacker and the nickel corner, set up 3rd down.
Yeah, and here's where Tua has to be a little careful. Probably their favorite play is what they call a little drift route right in the middle of the field. It's not really a post, it's just sort of a seam, and they sort of settle down inside there. And if they can get it in between the safeties, that's where they generally like to throw that route.
Jeff Wilson in the back, 3rd and 14. Bills bring 4. Tua fires high, but brought in across midfield by Tyreek Hill. Catch 3 on the night. First down, Miami.
That's the drift route right there. You can almost bet money on it. All they want to do is get right inside that safety right there, throw it, and Tua has all the guts in the world. Goes up and gets it. The timing that they have on that play is just impeccable. It's really exciting to watch them execute it.
23 on that one. Tyreek has 49 receiving yards on the night. Toss to Jeff Wilson in space. And Wilson takes it to the 37-yard line. Gain of 13. And the Pro Bowl fullback, Alec Ingold, he'll lead the way.
Do you remember Jeff Wilson? He was in San Francisco, and then he came over here. He had over 1,000 yards of total offense. And one thing you don't want to do is take a guy like Devon Achane and just wear him out. I mean, we have the playoffs to come here, right? This is important, but you also want to have him. So with Raheem Mostert out in the incredible year that he's had, we're going to see a lot tonight of Jeff Wilson too.
37. Here he goes to the right. He'll gain about 4 yards. You brought it up, so let me ask you that question. Both teams are in the playoffs, but obviously the winner gets the 2 seed and the home game. It adds to this. It's really important for both of these teams to get that playoff game because of the geography of the weather in Buffalo and Miami.
Well, just look at their records. I think both of them in their respective home stadiums, 7-1, right? It says a lot. And Buffalo, nobody wants to go up there and try and beat them up there, although the Bengals did it a season ago. But for the Miami Dolphins, it's all about speed and good weather and let's go. And Tua's looking more and more comfortable in this game.
The 33, Tua rolls left, nobody there. He takes off. That's the first down and slides down as Taron Johnson was chasing him. Tagovailoa, who does not run much, 34 times this year, gets one there.
There are just so many times these guys, once you begin to beat them to the outside, which is what happens, watch how fast those linebackers react. And now just a naked bootleg out the other way. And so far, the Dolphins have been dynamic tonight because of the misdirection action, almost from the first play of the game. Just look like you're going one way, go the other.
Fifth Tua rushing first down of the season. Jeff Wilson inside, going no way. Taron Johnson.
But that's the magic of what this offense is, because if you take a misstep, then you can't catch up.
So much speed on this Miami team. Here's a similar look with that pitch to the right. Wilson inside the 10. Achane, touchdown. Devon Achane uses that speed on the pitch, and Miami scores first.
Here we go, a little fake and go, and then watch some of the blocking on the outside here. Durham Smythe known more maybe for his receiving, but I tell you, it has been amazing to watch Devon Achane all season long. This guy is becoming a superstar in the National Football League, and all we've done all year is talk about Raheem Mostert, who's had a career year as well.
Jason Sanders adds the extra point. All we talk about is Tyreek and all the passing yards and Tua. It's because the Bills were a slight favorite coming into this game, even though we're in Miami's home stadium. The Dolphins on the board first with an 80-yard drive for touchdown. And on the touchback, the Bills will take over at their own 25-yard line. And we were just talking in the break about what this Miami offense was, 70 points against Denver, all the yards for Tyreek Hill. But at the foundation, they've really grown as the year has gone on the ground.
And it's the very basis of what they do. Think of the San Francisco 49ers, where this system sort of came from. And Mike McDaniel, he was the running game coach for the 49ers. And now you're starting to see a belief in this offensive line and the way they're coming off the ball. If they can run it, it forces the Bills to come up. Now some of those big pass plays to Tyreek Hill down the field are going to work.
Allen first down. He's looking deep. It was covered. Fires a second look. What a strike to Dawson Knox. Complete. The Bills have had their own bunch of big plays tonight. That one, a gain of 17 to the 42.
How about that play by Josh Allen right there? A little pump fake to the flat. Defender comes up and he drills it right in behind in that area right there. He's going to pump fake it out there and then go get it right behind him. Well done there by Josh Allen. So a couple interceptions. One of them actually a good play. He gained about 15 yards on that 4th and 2. What the heck, throw it up there. The first one, not so good.
And the movement here by Buffalo will create a 1st and 15.
Ball start. Offense number 88. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Melissa, start.
Mike, very different reactions on Miami's sideline to the Dolphins. 2 interceptions by their defense. Eli Apple definitely felt like he should have gotten more yards on his interception return. Came over, reenacting it, laughing, said, "I just got too excited." And then on the second one, Deshaun Elliott, all business, sat on the bench, got a few high fives, but immediately called for the heating pad for that left calf that he pulled in pregame warmups.
Yeah, such a question if he was even going to play. Javon Holland, the other safety, showed up on the injury report yesterday. His knee's bothering him, as you told us pregame. So a lot of safety concern with injuries. That's a pass complete to the other tight end, Dalton Kincaid, and a little true tight end look for the Bills starting to develop with both of them healthy. Gabe Davis getting checked out first on the table, and now testing his leg.
Well, that's not what you want to see heading into the playoffs here. And I get the feeling that Sean McDermott said, all right, let's go back to how we started the game. That time, both his better receivers inside, very short routes. Let's get Josh settled down a little bit here. Let's get a couple of completions.
2nd and 8. Allen going to take off here. Josh gets to the outside and gets the first down as he's inside of midfield to the 46-yard line. He does that so often and so well.
Well, we've seen some of the dynamic throws over the years, but he can really just embarrass you running the football. You know, the two guys, and they're so different, it's hard to compare them, but Lamar Jackson can keep plays alive and create big plays down the field because he's so quick. And Josh Allen creates the same way, but because you can't tackle him, he's too big.
Inside run here with Cook for a couple of yards. It's one of those interesting things to try to balance the scales of justice, if you will. You want Josh Allen to be that dynamic, go win the championship, but sometimes you don't want him to try to play hero ball. It's a fine line to find the in-between spot.
Absolutely. That's exactly right. There's Dotson going into the locker room, so injuries definitely becoming a factor here. But Josh Allen, a lot of times, will tell his offensive coordinator, Joe Brady, I need something to get me going. Call a couple of runs. So he likes it too.
2nd and 7. Miami bringing the pressure again. Allen fadeaway fling. Diggs down there. And Stephon Diggs brings it in inside the 10-yard line.
Did he really?
Diggs for a gain of 36.
Well, here's a fadeaway jumper that worked out all right. Again, a big pressure coming. He just throws it up in the air. What a play. Look at all the hand fighting here with Eli Apple on the outside. Diggs. That's a catch.
He's got two hands tight on it. I know it hits the grass there a little bit, but that thing did not move. 1st and goal again for Buffalo. Trying to tie the game. Cook stumbles. Regains his balance. Gains about a yard, maybe 2. As we have 5 minutes in this fast-moving first half.
And Mike, just to go back to that throw by Josh Allen, there's about 3 or 4 guys in this league that could fade away from a deep throw like that to somebody who can run like Stephon Diggs and plant this thing right on the money and just give his guy a chance. That's what Diggs did to the Miami Dolphins in that first matchup. Just keep throwing it to him and he makes plays.
Davis out, Trent Sherfield is in as the 3rd wide receiver. Fake the give, over the top, deflected in the air. Sherfield dragged his feet. Touchdown! Ruled a touchdown. We'll have to check if he kept it secure, but he was looking at it like a fly ball in the air, dragging his feet. And for now, it's a touchdown. McDaniel can't believe it. Let's look at these replays.
Andrew Van Ginkel got his hand on the ball, and that catch and feet down, that is a touchdown.
Wow.
This is going to be one great night tonight. You can feel it happening already.
Eyeing it, dragging the toes, got them both down, and with the touchdown. Scott Halverson, the back judge, was right there, right on it, made a great call on a great catch. And the game is tied with the extra point from Tyler Bass, where the Bills Mafia takeover was present throughout. Did you head out and go for a walk and a run down by the beach this week?
Oh, yeah, I got a lot of comments.
Yeah, you did. It's great to see the fans out there. Touchback here. So Miami's going to take it over the 25. And Chris, here comes Tyreek Hill, watching his numbers tonight. 3 catches, 49 yards. It slides him up on the all-time list. He is 8th in terms of yards in a season. He was hoping for that 2,000 number, but missed one game, probably keeping him from getting close to that. No matter what, no matter the number of games in a season, the 16 he's played this year, pretty special.
And you never know. you never know with him. 234 or so yards, you never know.
Keeping an eye on the update as the night goes on. There's Achane, touchdown last time. And he keeps going for a gain of 10 and a first down. Taron Johnson was holding on, as was Balin Spector, who's in at linebacker after the Dodson injury.
Same thing, same play. They're just wearing this thing out, right? They're making you believe it's going that way and then just getting him in space the other way. And the one thing, if you want to really get Achane riled up, tell him he's an outside runner.
And another injury on that play for the Buffalo defense. Rasul Douglas, the starting cornerback, being looked at. So the injury to the corner, Rasul Douglas, he was helped off as we have a flag before this one. It was marked just short of the first down, so it was 2.5 yards before this flag. And there's Douglas walking with the athletic training staff.
Defense number 92, 5-yard penalty, results in a first down.
And Melissa has more on other injuries.
Yes, Mike, on the Bills offense, wide receiver Gabe Davis, athletic training staff was looking at his left knee area. He was very frustrated before heading to the locker room. He is questionable with a knee injury. On defense, linebacker Tyrell Dodson spent about 5 minutes in the medical tent before he headed to the locker room. He's questionable with a shoulder, and of course we'll keep an eye on Rasul Douglas down here and get you an update as soon as we have it.
Man, so a lot of injuries there, Melissa, for this Buffalo team that has come through a lot without Tre'Davious White, their corner, and Matt Milano, their linebacker, for most of this season. It's run by Wilson, brought down by Terrell Bernard, who's done such a good job in the middle of this defense after Milano got hurt. And there is Matt, who fractured his right leg and knee in the game in London against Jacksonville.
But we have to talk now a little bit about the secondary of the Buffalo Bills. Remember, they made a trade for Rasul Douglas, and since that time, in 8 games, he has 4 interceptions and was the AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week. This guy has been phenomenal. So now can Tyreek begin to get it going?
So on the fake, great job of ball handling and completing it to Durham Smythe for the first down into Bills territory at the 44-yard line.
So now they're starting to say, all right, we're beginning to sell you on our running game. There you go. Now go ahead and step up. Little pump fake to Tyreek on the outside and find Smythe in the middle. So we're starting to see the complementary plays now to this run game.
2:50 till the half. Wilson, job inside. Taron Johnson, who's been very active in the run game, gets pushed back on that one. Gain of 7 on first down. And Chris, you talked about the run game and the effectiveness last week against Baltimore. 100 rushing yards already for Miami tonight.
But watch this offensive line, right? We have got, there's Raheem Mostert over on the outside, and that guy has had a phenomenal year this year. Almost 5 yards a carry for him, and this is one of his worst years. So, I mean, it's unbelievable what they've been doing running the football here. Until now.
Wilson inside, Balin Spector. In his second year out of Clemson, there's been a lot of special teams play for Spector. He makes that stop as we get to the 2-minute warning. For return to Detroit to take on the Lions in a wild card game. When will that game be? Ahmed has all the answers coming up at halftime. 3rd and 3 for Miami. And Tagovailoa to it. Fires the flag down. Cedric Wilson's got it. He's inside the 15-yard line. Wilson working on Dane Jackson as the injury to Rasul Douglas impacts the secondary.
Before the pass, holding, defense number 30. That penalty's declined, first down.
And it was on Jackson.
Little short yardage route here. Just watch the in and out of this coverage. And as you saw Wilson start to break away, a little grab of the jersey, and you knew it was coming, right? Dane Jackson comes in. Part of the reason they made the trade for Rasul Douglas was they weren't satisfied with their corners, and immediately now the Dolphins going to work.
Jackson's only played 11 snaps of defense the last 5 weeks. Wilson the inside run for a yard to the 11-yard line. Sean McDermott of the Bills will take a timeout. 1:49 remaining until halftime. And we'll be back in 30 seconds after this from AWS. Chris, I mentioned how few snaps Dane Jackson has played. Spector, who we see out there at linebacker, he's played 5 snaps of defense all year. So in this try to win the division game, a lot of backups trying to get it done for Buffalo.
Getting thin.
Miami out quick for 2nd and 9. Tua gets it to Tyreek underneath with a blocker. Hill down at the 3-yard line, and a flag comes down. Let's see if that was something to do with the block that was thrown.
May have had a guy downfield again.
Ineligible downfield.
Further conversation here with Alex Kemp and Rusty Baines, the line judge.
Correction, there is no foul for ineligible downfield. The result of the play is Miami's ball at the 2-yard line.
Very close to the first down. Let's look at it again.
There it is right there is the question. You're going to see Tyreek. The ball will be caught behind the line of scrimmage.
Close there as Hunt was releasing downfield again, so it's going to be short. It was a timeout taken by Buffalo to stop it with 1:43 left. It was just short of the first down, so we have 3rd and a yard coming up.
Yeah. Can we go to Terry and just ask for a clarification on that?
Exactly.
Yeah, Chris, his whole body has to be on. His right foot was still within a yard when the pass was released. So that was a good pickup. This is not a foul. They did get help from replay. Replay can do that in this case. So it is not a foul for an ineligible downfield.
As you watch Hill get out for the reception, remember that red line, the line of scrimmage. The white line is that 1-yard belt for the linemen before they're illegally downfield. Thank you, Terry, for the clarification. 3rd and a yard for Tua. Smite the tight end in motion. Tagovailoa throws. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill in front of Benford. Puts Miami back in front. And he sticks the landing.
On the outside, working against their best now remaining, Christian Benford. And nobody wants to try and cover this guy one-on-one, and nobody wants to try and stay with him doing flips and backflips and everything in the end zone. He came out here to play. He had a drop in that one last week, and I thought all week he was going to be fired up for this one, and he has been.
Sanders adds the extra point. 1:43 left. Miami takes the lead. You referenced late 2nd quarter in the Baltimore game live. They're going to need some Josh Allen magic and may be able to go back-to-back here. The Bills have 1 timeout and get the ball to start the second half. After a slow start, Chris, it's starting to turn around.
It's the Josh Allen experience. We've seen it before. First one, fade away, interception by Eli Apple. This was on 4th and 2. Why not throw it up? Probably gained 15 yards or so there. But then the scramble happened. We also saw the deep shot on the fadeaway jumper to Stephon Diggs, which led to this. Off the helmet or hand or whatever it was of Van Ginkel in for the touchdown. And so a minute 43 left in the half. Who knows what's going to happen on this drive?
25, Allen throws. Sherfield gets it to gain a 6. Sherfield caught that touchdown. It's his first touchdown of the year. His first touchdown since he was a Miami Dolphin. This is where he played last season. And Gabe Davis out. That's why more snaps for Sherfield. He's played a lot this season. Russian 4, picked up as Allen rolls, fires, and Stephon Diggs stepping up now with a catch. The 41-yard line. It's a first down as Douglas heads back to the locker room.
That's a big loss right there. It really is. Rasul Douglas just gave this defense a spark, and I'm sure Sean McDermott's sitting over there going, oh, now we're back to the future here again on our cornerback position.
Bills say Douglas is questionable to return with the knee injury. 1:16 and 1 timeout.
And this is when the Buffalo Bills can be so dangerous. They spread it out, and Josh Allen is their run option.
Now flushed, he's chased and throws it towards Kincaid. And incomplete. And doing the chasing was Jerome Baker and David Long, the linebackers. Baker back in the lineup, missed the last 4 games after a knee injury against Washington.
It's nice to have that veteran presence back in there one more time, though, with Jerome Baker. And they wanted to get Baker a little experience out there with David Long just to get him ready for the playoffs. I don't think they wanted his first game back to be in the playoffs. So there he is, been practicing all week, and he is the leader of that defensive front.
See the brace on the left knee, had an MCL sprain. 2nd and 10 for Josh. Fournette's the back. Underneath, Khalil Shakir tackled by David Long. Shakir secures at the 47-yard line and stopped here with a timeout with 1:04 to go. Buffalo takes its last one before 3rd down. We're back in 30 seconds. Again, Cleveland and Houston before 5 is set. Again, the schedule announced at halftime. 3rd and 5. Allen stepping up. Take it off, and Josh Allen slides down. First down at the 40, no timeouts, inside of a minute.
So hard to defend. You get all those receivers on the field, and there just isn't enough defenders to stop Allen's runs.
Let's get it out quick, and he's caught by Diggs. He keeps it inside, and Stephon Diggs takes off. Gain of 17 to the 23. See if they clock it with 35 seconds left. The Dolphins slow to get up. Was injured on that play. And running back to the corner. Going to keep it going with 25 left. And Allen feeling it, dealing, gets it outside. Dalton Kincaid a yard. And out of bounds with 21 seconds remaining.
Do you get the feeling that Josh Allen is just more comfortable like this?
Yes.
Right? I mean,
Yes.
in the biggest moments, and we saw him in that Kansas City Chiefs game, just going up and down the field with Gabe Davis and all of that, but sometimes it gets him out of his own mind, I think, and he just sort of sits in there, reads the defenses, runs around a little bit, and the defense gets back on their heels.
So the previous play is under review, I believe, was the announcement from Alex Kemp. Ball marked at the 23-yard line. It was a pass to the side to Dalton Kincaid. Unclear if it's possession or does he go out of bounds. Again, Buffalo's out of timeouts for this official review. Here's Kincaid. 1. Second foot is down. I can see some green in between there. Question is, does the toe end up out of bounds? It's probably what the closer inspection looks. Being taken by the replay booth and back in New York. Okay, the call stands. Dalton Kincaid's toe is very close to the sideline. It actually comes down. Chris, you make a good point here with his toe.
Yeah, once he kind of arches up on it, then it's out. But we're talking about a foot.
Yeah.
That player's 1 foot.
All right, so it's second that Stephon Diggs has been animated here in the break. He really wants the ball. Allen on second down, stepping up, ripping towards the end zone. It's Cook. He couldn't hang on. Cook had Nick Needham beat in coverage, and he couldn't bring in his 5th touchdown catch of the year.
Whoa, baby. James Cook, who tore up the Cowboys, a pretty easy one there, and he just can't hang on to it. And so many times it has been that kind of year for Josh Allen. Either he'll miss one, somebody will drop one, there'll be a sack.
Chris, they made a late change here with personnel. Play clock is running down. Cook goes to the sideline after his 6th drop of the year. And Miami wants to get their defense set, but helps Buffalo. That was kind of going quick there with Miami called timeout there first with 15 seconds to go. So you have 2 matchups with the team. We go back and you watch the first matchup, and that was a frenetic, wild start. 2 scores each on the first couple of drives. This has been equally as frenetic, if not as high scoring a first half.
I love watching the Buffalo Bills play when they get in this mode right here, right? Because you never know what's going to happen out there. And while we've seen a very disciplined approach from Tua and the Miami Dolphins and Mike McDaniel, on the other side, it just feels like when Josh gets in this mode, he's happy, he's creative, he's like a kid on the schoolyard. And the only guy not happy right now, I think, is Stephon Diggs. He wants the football right here.
They drop 8, rushed 3, no timeouts Buffalo, so an underneath completion could be trouble. They're going to try to get the first down, and they will work the sideline to the 11-yard line with Deontay Hardy. So they'll take the yardage there at 11 seconds left.
Yeah, and plenty of time to take your shots here into the end zone. So
Tua looked like he was wondering if that was the right move defensively.
yeah, now you've got, these are normal plays from the 10-yard line, from the 20-yard line. That's a little tougher, so they gave up a free shot now at the end zone.
Timeout Miami. Take another one to set the defense here. Ty Johnson has come in as the back for Buffalo. Again, if Miami wins tonight, we re-rack this game here next weekend. Buffalo comes right back down, and Pittsburgh goes to Kansas City. If Buffalo wins this game, the Steelers go to Orchard Park, and the Dolphins will go to Kansas City. Of note, if the Bills win and the games are in Buffalo and in Kansas City, peek ahead in the weather forecast. In Buffalo, it's in the 20s with snow on and off for a couple of days. In Kansas City, they're expecting a real cold snap with a snowstorm before it, single-digit temperatures.
So we're going to Buffalo for better weather. Is that what you're telling me?
Kind of. That could be what happens. It's a lot on the line with these teams and the title. Allen slings it inside. Stop the securing the goal line. They're not going to get a playoff, and the half will come to an end. Ty Johnson is stopped just short. Eli Apple and Jerome Baker were there. And much like happened in the Bills' favor in the Sunday night game against the Giants in Orchard Park, the clock runs out without being able to get a playoff. Look down the line.
Not even close. Unbelievable. You knew they wanted to throw it quickly to maybe get off 2 plays.
Here's Melissa Stark.
Sean, denied in the end zone right there. What happened on that play?
It can't be thrown in the field of play. It's got to be thrown in the end zone.
An uneven first half from Josh Allen. What's your message to him in the locker room?
Well, we just got to be smart. Take what they're giving us. He was doing that early, got a little bit too aggressive at times right there in the red zone.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you, Melissa. Appreciate the honesty with Sean McDermott. Knew exactly what the message is going to be. Bills get it to start the second half. Toyota halftime and that playoff schedule. Ahmed Fareed's got all of that for you. Quite a half here, Ahmed. Basis for this group, big accomplishment. If they can do it against the team that has run the division, Buffalo has won the last 3 years. Touchback there a moment ago, Melissa, with the Dolphins head coach.
Mike, you're trying to win the division for the first time since 2008. You've got 30 minutes left. What does your team need to do to come out on top?
Well, it's 0-0 right now. I think both line of scrimmages need to continue to perform. We need to take care of the ball and finish the game the way we started.
Thanks, Mike.
Mike Daniels, Miami team.
I love him. That's it? Did you see it? That's it?
To Stephon Diggs, who was very frustrated at the end of that half with 8 yards on that first.
Yourself a shot at least at a field goal. It has been the Bills struggling and beating the Bills so far.
Look at the inside run here, Chris. He's going to be close to that first down. Try to bounce it to get it and did not. Zach Sealer, who's been that pair inside with Christian Wilkins. The stop to force 3rd and short.
But I know Sean McDermott, and what he probably said to his guys at halftime was something like, guys, can we do anything else wrong in the first half? Can we screw anything else up any worse than what we did? And we've got the ball, and it's a 1-score game. Come on, let's go.
Bobsleds on Fournette pushing with Allen. And Josh Allen gets the first down. They never bring him down as they get to the 35-yard line.
He lost his tush push.
It's the sled, not the car.
Oh.
I just want to get you there. I'm trying to help you get there.
Now I can't get it in the Olympics either.
Fournette the carry for 5 yards. So why Fournette here, Chris? And what do you think he could provide to this team if he's a part of the playoff roster?
Well, we saw it, right, in Tampa, and Tom Brady from the beginning said, give me Leonard Fournette. It came up. He's available. What do you think, Tom? Would you like to do it with Leonard Fournette? He's like, That dude can catch. Are you kidding me? I know he can block, and I know he can run, but he can catch. And Brady threw him a lot of balls down there. So I would expect to see that. If not here tonight, maybe as the playoffs start.
Javon Holland out on the field for Miami for the moment. Their safety. Cook on the edge, cuts it back inside. And has a first down to the 47-yard line. The safety combo is Deshaun Elliott and Brandon Jones for the moment right now. And Andrew Van Ginkel is down for Miami, and they have already lost a couple of edge players, and Van Ginkel has stepped into that role without Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb. And that would be a huge injury for the Dolphins. They're checking on Van Ginkel right now. Wisconsin limping off. We mentioned all the injuries to the edge players. We're down to Melvin Ingram, Emmanuel Ogbah, and Cameron Good as the edge players for Miami. The defense steps up there from the inside. Christian Wilkins, the stop on James Cook.
I tell you, I don't know what the Miami Dolphins are going to do. They have lost so much of their pressure on the edge. Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb already out, and now you're going to take Andrew Van Ginkel, whose sheer hustle and presence alone out there adds energy to this defense. We're seeing some of the inside guys, especially Christian Wilkins, play really well so far in this one, so they're going to have to hold up.
And 9 for Josh Allen. He'll throw to Dalton Kincaid. Tackle there into Dolphins territory at the 48-yard line. As Jerome Baker, the linebacker, coming back from injury, was over there. And I mentioned Javon Holland, the safety, out for Buffalo. Gabe Davis is out of uniform on the sideline. He injured his knee in the first half. And Ty Johnson's being looked at as well after that tackle at the end of the half. There's Davis, done for the night. So a ton of injuries for two teams that have to turn around and play a playoff game next weekend.
Two best receivers at the top of the screen, and here comes the pressure, and now Josh Allen knows it too.
Here come the Dolphins. Allen got away from one, couldn't get away from the second, and he's brought down. And that is the veteran Melvin Ingram. Playing just his third game with the Dolphins, gets in there for the sack and forces the punt.
Sometimes when you have young players in there, they don't know to take away the inside first, and just a free runner right up the gut there at Josh Allen. This has been a problem. That all-out blitz has been working for the Miami Dolphins.
And Ingram has the most sacks, tied for the most sacks of anyone against Josh Allen. 5.5 now, getting that one. The veteran Sam Martin to kick it away. Try to angle it away. Berrios, fair catch at the 15-yard line. Devon Achane, legit track speed. We have seen it on display throughout the year. Had a 200-plus yard game against the Broncos for his breakout event of the season. Here he is in space, and he'll gain about 4 yards as Balin Spector is there. Spector's in because of the injury to Tyrell Dodson. No Rasul Douglas out there to start this half. Dane Jackson playing corner for Buffalo.
You know, Mike, the other thing that I found interesting here is that we are seeing not only the Buffalo Bills having to substitute people in, but this offensive line for the Miami Dolphins is really starting to become a factor in more of these games as we go down. And they've got two backups in there at center and left guard.
Tua pulls it, look towards Tyreek, comes down to the tight end, Julian Hill, who got popped by Jordan Poyer. Second leading tackler on this team. That vet is always around it.
Well, anytime you see number 21 on the field, put your head on a swivel because plays like this happen. Jordan Poyer, we think of him almost mostly as the guy who comes down in the run game if they need help down there. He only weighs 190 pounds, and he hits like a tank.
3rd and 3 for Tunga Vailoa. Bringing full. Tua, complete. Berrios, let's check this spot. He reached out at the end. That spot is short of the first down, and it'll be 4th down. So 4.5 yards as they all look at Mike McDaniel, and now they look at the punt unit come on for Miami.
It's just a heck of a play right there. by Dane Jackson. This is an open field tackle. You have no wiggle room at all. He has to go backwards, and he does just far enough. That sort of spin to get him away from the first down marker was enough. Big time play.
Really good call by the line judge there. So Jake Bailey to kick it away for the Dolphins. Already said giveaway. It's not the best, but the bounce will make it a much better kick. Just over 50 yards, 51. Sweet look there. A taste of South Florida. As James Cook, his hometown. Short run of just one there when it's Bills offense against Dolphins defense. It's Joe Brady against Vic Fangio. Joe Brady, success at LSU. Took them to the national championship, was an offensive coordinator in Carolina. Fangio, a defensive coordinator for his sixth team. Chris, when Vic Fangio became a defensive coordinator for the first time, Joe Brady was 5 years old.
Is that right?
So he's certainly forgotten more than most over the years.
There's the bosses.
These guys matching wits, calling the signals when the Dolphins have the ball. 2nd and 9, a little pressure from Fangio's defense is picked up, and Allen in traffic, caught by the former Dolphin Sherfield. First down at the 37-yard line.
I tell you, there's starting to be some matchups on the outside that are a lot of fun. Jalen Ramsey going against Stephon Diggs. Anytime there's man coverage, and for Vic Fangio, the success he's had on defense tonight has been bringing pressure, but you bring pressure, now you have to win. And so Ramsey against Diggs is going to be a big part of the show the rest of the way.
Diggs targeted 7 times and 6 catches, play action. Allen will come underneath, the flag is down. Shakir on the move, he's got it. Shakir's by the mark for the first down. But the Bills offense heads down, walking backwards, thinking this may be coming back.
Holding. Offense number 88. It's a 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
On the tight end, Dawson Knox.
Now, I couldn't tell if he slipped, but he sort of went down, and as he did, was going to drag. I think that's exactly what happened, and then just trying to protect his quarterback, decided to grab on and pull Ingram down. But it's been that kind of night tonight for Sean McDermott, right? I mean, just when you think you're getting something going, you make a big mistake.
It's a bit like the Bills season. Every time you think they were going, they made some mistakes, lost games that surprised you, then finally pulled it together. Won the last 4 to have a chance at the title tonight. Allen, flush, some space now, a pump, and he's able to get away from Zach Sealer and take it out to the 40-yard line. The strength and the speed of Josh Allen for 13 yards on the ground there.
Well, a couple of things here. One, we've seen Josh Allen do this, so I'm not going to go crazy with that. But these defensive linemen now, remember, the Dolphins have very few people to rush the passer. And you chase them around like this a couple of times. You saw on the end of that, it was Christian Wilkins who hustled all the way across the field to make the hit. But they're going to wear down quickly here in the second half.
Cameron Good, 53, is in the game. Bottom of the screen, rushing the passer. It was Allen. Completes it to Shakir. Eli Apple the tackle.
Eli Apple is one of those guys that people just love to sort of say he hasn't been helping us all that much. But without Eli Apple this year, especially with the injuries they've had to Ramsey and they've had on the other side to Xavier Howard, who really have only played 3 or 4 games together, they would be in a real spot. Playing well tonight.
The first-round pick of the Giants was with the Bengals the last 2 years. 3rd and 3. Allen throwing complete for the first down to Kincaid. Catch number 5 of the game for Dalton Kincaid. He's got the most of a Bills tight end in one season.
How about Dalton Kincaid? We had a chance to visit with him. Mike, how did he cut his teeth in football?
Flag football.
Flag football. Can you believe that? He played in 9th grade and said, they hit me too many times. We're not going to do that anymore. And then he goes to flag football, falls in love with it, comes back, and is now playing tight end in the National Football League.
James Cook for 2. You mentioned it, Dalton Kincaid. He had circuitous route. Didn't get a lot of attention because he was playing other sports, every sport, including basketball when he went to high school in Nevada. And then he only played his freshman year on the freshman team, and then his senior year. He didn't play varsity football his sophomore and junior year. Not a lot of offers. Went to the University of San Diego, walked on, was terrific there. Then went to Utah, played 3 years in Kyle Whittingham's terrific program. But he told us got him ready to come in with the Bills and catch over 70 passes as a rookie. Against the blitz, it's complete. It's Kincaid again. Very close to a first down at the 35. Mark just shy, but Josh Allen handling the pressure now.
There you go, Josh Allen. That's the way you do it. You want to bring the house against me? I'll find Dalton Kincaid. I'll find Stephon Diggs. Get it out of my hand and make you pay.
Cook is now the bobsled pusher. It's a first down. Cook was looking over the side like, you want me to do this? Where's Fournette? All right, I'll do it. They got it. First down, Buffalo.
Well, they got tryouts going on now. Let's go back. Here's Kincaid right here, and he just understands that anytime they're bringing that much pressure, just break it off. Give my quarterback somewhere to throw the ball. And I'm not going to compare him to Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce's Hall of Famer and all that kind of stuff, and this is a young player. That style of player, though, is exactly what they have in Dalton Kincaid. He understands defenses and helps his quarterback.
Tackle Dawkins pulling. Fournette coming around to the right. On the 31-yard line. Christian talked about the defense of the Dolphins and the injuries that they're dealing with, getting worn down. Miami's only run 3 plays here in the third quarter. Buffalo has had it for most of this frame, trying to score and tie the game.
I mean, Melvin Ingram wasn't even here a month ago, and all of a sudden now he's going to be asked to play this entire back half. Emmanuel Ogbah, another guy who's really just been sort of a pass rush specialist, now he's going to have to play in run situations as well. So I wouldn't even be surprised if the Bills went to a bit of a hurry-up offense to try and exacerbate that.
Good call. 2nd and 7. Allen. It's in the middle, open is Shakir. Inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Buffalo in the red zone with a minute and a half to go.
But for all the impact that these interior defensive linemen were having early in the game, watch Josh on this one. Just stand there and look around, and if you're going to let Josh Allen do that and get comfortable, that's probably the key to the whole thing. And when you talk to Joe Brady, he said, with Josh Allen, if you can just get him into a rhythm, great things start to happen.
The 10th and the 18th. Cook on the toss to the left. Strung out and brought down. Great play from the safety spot by Brandon Jones. He sniffed it, and he brought him down for a loss.
Boy, you talk about speed on the offensive side and the factor it can bring there. Here he is right here. Watch the speed, because the offensive lineman, Deion Dawkins, a Pro Bowler, one of the best in all of football, simply could not run him down.
Buffalo has been very good in the red zone this year. This is their 4th trip tonight, and obviously they've only scored once. 2nd and 13, back out of the red zone now as Allen runs and throws on the run towards Sherfield and incomplete as Josh Allen was walking that tightrope of the line of scrimmage.
No question. My eyes went right to the official. Let's take a look. If anything is behind, oh yeah, Mike, we should have never even brought it up. He's way behind there.
Saw Sherfield there. Just couldn't labor it to him. Eli Apple in coverage. He can get a first down at the 8-yard line. It's 3rd and 13.
Your 2 best receivers on the inside positions here and here.
Miami brings 4. Allen in trouble. Lost the football. Is taken away from him. Christian Wilkins going in for the sack. Came in and took it away. Buffalo's turned it over again. The 3rd time tonight.
So here's what's happening out here. They have gotten the Bills to turn that way, creating a one-on-one right there between Christian Wilkins, their best interior pass rusher, going against the rookie, Osiris Torrance. Wow. The isolation is what's creating the havoc now for Josh Allen.
What a play. What a play. Triple play, the sack, the forced fumble, the fumble recovery, and Allen has turned it over for the third time tonight.
And almost every time when they were on the verge of scoring points.
4 trips to the red zone, 1 scored. Tua to the window, to Hill, hangs on, takes the hit at the 42-yard line as this third quarter comes to an end. Much like the first quarter, lots of action, no points scored. 14 teams in the tournament are deciding matchups and seeds here. That's a Teron Armstead false start to start the quarter.
False start, offense number 72. It's a 5-yard penalty, and it's still first down.
And a reset for what is at stake in these final 15 minutes. If the Bills win, Pittsburgh goes to Buffalo on Sunday. The Dolphins will go to Kansas City. That game streaming exclusively on Peacock on Saturday night. If the Dolphins win, it's rerun this back here in the early window on Sunday afternoon on CBS. And we'll have the Steelers and Chiefs as our exclusive streaming on Peacock game in primetime on Saturday night. And on Sunday night, we'll be in Detroit for the Rams and the Lions. From the 37, Tua throws. Tyreek Hill with another catch. He's got it just shy of the first down at the 48. It's going to be marked at the 49-yard line as Hill gets his 7th of the night.
Here's what the running game does for you. They go play action, watch these guys step up, and then the drift route. There you go. Just right inside. It's a heck of a catch. Let's double check to make sure that Tyreek got that one. There was a point.
That ball slides on the back end there, and they're going to challenge it. Yeah. That last look you saw, he had his hands on it, but that slides on the ground, and Sean McDermott gets the challenge flag out.
The ruling on the field is a completed pass. Buffalo has challenged that ruling.
Bring in Terry McCauley in a moment on the other side of this break. You see we're back at the 37-yard line. The call was reversed. The pass was incomplete. So the Bills win the challenge, and Tua's going back up top. This time for Wilson, and it's broken up by Christian Benford, who had an interception earlier tonight. And we've got a flag down on the Bills sideline. It's about 5 yards downfield. Play began with 2nd and 15.
It's like a personal foul
on Miami
against Miami.
So incompletion left 3rd and 15, and that's the decision now. 3rd and 15 or back them up with 2nd and very long after the personal foul. We'll see who was on.
Boy, most teams it'd be no decision, but you don't want to give the Dolphins offense an extra down here, so I understand the debate.
Let's watch Alec Ingold, the fullback, who's out that side.
Personal foul, blindside block, offense number 30. It's a 15-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
And they're going to take the penalty and back it up to make it 2nd and 30. The language in there is back to your own goal line or parallel, and Ingold is pleading his case to a friendly jury here in the stands. So it backs it up to 2nd and 30. The incompletion on the pass to Tyreek Hill, the overturn to the Buffalo challenge, stopped Tua's streak of 10 consecutive completions. This is a run inside, and Jeff Wilson is thrown down by Terrell Bernard. And Chris, here comes 3rd and very long.
Yeah, and you know, when we talked to Tua this week, he said there were too many times in that game a week ago against Baltimore that I tried to play hero ball, and it was some interceptions that really helped turn that game. And so, yeah, you want to take your shot here, but your defense has been playing great. And this is a long way to go, maybe even too long for that drift.
3rd and 23. Tyreek Hill's at the top of the screen. In motion. And Tua will just sidearm it out to Durham Smythe. The flag comes down. And Smythe is down shy of the 40-yard line. See what this call is. It's a gain of 10 for Smythe.
There's a lot of RPO action, and these offensive linemen are easing their way down the field sometimes before
Eligible
Tua.
downfield, offense number 73 is declined. 4th down.
I mean, you see the dilemma for the offensive lineman. He's got to come down, and then he's supposed to come out here and help on the pass play as well. But because Tua had to flip himself back around, there is the foot.
So Miami will punt. Back-to-back possessions. Jake Bailey with a big punt. Sends Deontay Hardy all the way back to the 5. Has some space. Takes off. Look out, Hardy. Gets a block downfield. Hardy's going to go. He's in midfield. Nobody's going to catch him. Deontay Hardy, 95 yards. And the Bills' special teams brings them within a point of a tie game.
Do you remember back in the day with the New Orleans Saints? This guy was first team All-Pro, made the Pro Bowl, all that sort of stuff, and here's why. There is something extra going on.
Great return by Hardy. There's an injured Miami player back behind the play. Josh Allen was watching and loving all of that. And so too was his teammate Damar Hamlin, inactive for this one, as he has been for most of the season. And Sean McDermott as well. And on the Miami side, the injury is to Cameron Good, and he is their other edge rusher. He's obviously playing a lot of special teams as well. I see Matt Smiley to the left there. That is the special teams coordinator for Sean McDermott. And the long return by Hardy. So the Bills will come back and try an extra point momentarily. Cameron Good injured for Miami, a huge part of their many injuries on the defensive front. Timeout. Card comes out. They've immobilized the left leg of Cameron Good, first-year player out of Cal. He was drafted a year ago. He was on the practice squad all of last year. You see he runs into Alec Ingold, who was being blocked by Taylor Rapp, and takes that awkward step and grabs to that left knee as Hardy goes right through that spot there and got the blocking downfield. And again, Cameron Good was one of the 3 healthy edge rushers for Miami. So they're down to Melvin Ingram and Emmanuel Ogbah as edge rushers for the rest of this game. And when Buffalo gets the ball back on offense. After the longest punt return in Bills history, Tyler Bass to tie the game at 14. And he does just that. And back to the return, the second of Hardy's career.
Yeah, and Cameron Good, and we hate that he got hurt on the play, but he also sort of takes out Alec Ingold right there as well. So the injury led to a block on his own player and created that space for Hardy to take it the distance. You're going to see as they collide and the injury happens, there's nobody left to protect that zone right there, and Hardy took full advantage of it. So a wild game gets even wilder here as we are in the 4th quarter.
And remember what we said at the start of the game. It's if Buffalo wins, if Miami wins, but there's also a potential tie scenario in this, and that would change how the matchups go for next week in the wild card round. And now with the game tied at 14, that's much more of a possibility. And we've seen that in the final game of the season a couple of years ago. Meantime, the Bills fans have made the trek, are enjoying that moment. So if it's a tie in this game, we'd have to go through the 10-minute overtime, obviously. Miami would host Pittsburgh, and Buffalo would be the 6th seed and go to Kansas City next Saturday night. Touchback here, down to the field at Melissa.
Mike, a number of injuries to tell you about. Let's start with the Dolphins defense and linebacker Andrew Van Ginkel, who limped off the field in the third quarter straight into the x-ray room. He is officially out with a left foot injury. To the Bills offense, running back Ty Johnson out with a concussion. And then left tackle Deion Dawkins has a significant laceration on his left hand. The athletic training staff was working on it out here, and then they sprinted into the locker room. He's in there getting stitches on it. He's questionable to come back out. And then back to the Dolphins defense, linebacker Cameron Good. You saw him just carted off. They put a temporary cast on that left leg. We'll keep you updated on him.
Well, all right, Melissa, thank you. Here's the pitch off first down, Achan. Back behind the line of scrimmage, Taron Johnson, who's had some kind of game, Chris, in run defense.
Some kind of career is what that guy has had. Taron Johnson is just one of those leaders, and the strength of this Buffalo Bills team so many times are those two safeties and the ability of Taron Johnson to read and decipher on the edge. He plays like he's a linebacker out there, weaves his way through all that traffic, and makes a huge play to start this drive.
Second and 11. See Williams to Achan. One more time inside for only a couple of yards. You're hearing more and more noise. Those Buffalo Bills fans who have taken most of the seats on the Bills sideline, they are up and cheering and making it hard for Miami to operate in their home stadium.
I'll tell you who else is making it hard to operate. Balen Spector has come out. He's only got 7 defensive snaps on the year coming in here, and he has been a factor so far in this one. That was a big play.
Looks like the Balen Spector we saw at Clemson. He was a tackling machine in his 53-game career for the Tigers. 3rd and 9. 4-man rush. Tua throws. Broken up by Dane Jackson. Trying to get it to Cedric Wilson. And now the momentum shifting. Miami 3 drives in this half, and this will be their 3rd punt.
How about the plays made defensively on that series right there? For Dane Jackson to come back. Remember, they made the trade for Rasul Douglas. They weren't happy with the corners, and there he goes, another play tonight.
High hanger by Bailey. Hardy says, get away, and it ends up being a good bounce. From the 26, Josh Allen. Pressure comes late. Allen's pass to Diggs. On the 31-yard line in front of Eli Apple. For Diggs, it's catch 7 on the night. 14 all. What would you tell Josh Allen right now, the way the game has gone?
You be you, right? You be you. Because we've seen Josh in these big moments here, but I like when they come out and they start a drive with an easy completion.
Yep.
Right? Let's get him in rhythm. Let's give him a little confidence. Don't make him feel like he has to run the ball all the time. Use these receivers and running backs.
James Cook trying to bounce it to the outside. He does, and we'll get to the 34-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, the other thing now, without Deion Dawkins in there playing that left tackle position, Ryan Vandermark in there now. So you've got backup rushers going against a backup tackle, and Josh Allen's got to try and figure out exactly what all that means.
See Vandermark, the first-year man out of UConn. That 5-man offensive line has played 98% of the snaps for Buffalo this year. So rare not to have him. Dawkins out now. Allen design run. Propels himself into the defense. And has a first down to the 38-yard line.
So you got your 4-man bobsled, you got your 2-man bobsled, then you got your 1-man bobsled right there. Taking his car right through the middle. I know it's not a car, but I don't care. Josh Allen has found a way at the key moments of the football game to use his legs. He's got a bad shoulder. He's been dealing with it all year long. He's been in and out of rehabs and trying to take care of it. But with everything on the line, you know Josh Allen is going to do his thing.
A little like the guys who do the luge. Like, that guy's got to be nuts to do that. Josh Allen. The 38, deep drop, fling down the sideline for the tight end, Kincaid! He's got it again! At the Miami 35. Gain of 27.
So now they're having to get really creative on the back end. Look who's in coverage here. Melvin Ingram. Melvin Ingram's 34 years old, covering one of the hot young tight ends in the league. And that's what happens. When you get down players like this, you have to substitute some people in. And so Ingram's having to do something he probably has never done very much of in his entire career.
Run 55, run 55.
First down. Allen will throw it underneath. It's caught by Cook. They're on the 30-yard lines. Pick up a 4. As we close in on 9 minutes left, they continue to work on Dawkins, trying to get him back in there.
Such a good player there. The one thing that we haven't seen a lot of in this game is the pull action by the centers or either tackles. They did a lot of kicking out on the edges, and you just wonder maybe now with these new guys in playing the edge, if they don't come back to some of their base run game here.
Biggs in motion. Allen looked his way. Now throws. It's Shakir down the sideline. Inside the 5. First and goal, Buffalo at the 3. Khalil Shakir for 28 yards.
Well, you've got picks by the offense, and then you've got picks by the defense. All three defensive backs basically ran into each other there. And despite the fact that they thought they knew what that play was, the collision cost them a big play.
They had the ball at the 4. They now properly mark it at the 3. First and goal, Buffalo for the lead. Cook, left. What a play by Brandon Jones. From his safety spot. Gets him for a loss of 2.
I tell you, I love playoff-type football. I know we're not in the playoffs yet, but the effort that we're seeing out of these players tonight has just been phenomenal. This has been a great game. Not a pure game, not a pretty game, but such an intense game, and we're starting to feel what the next month of the season is going to be like.
Empty backfield, second and goal. Cook in motion. Allen throws. It's caught to the end zone. Knox. Buffalo takes the lead. Dawson Knox. His second touchdown of the season.
Yeah, give the Buffalo Bills credit, and Joe Brady in particular, the offensive coordinator. They have been working those picks on the outside and took it right down the field. Are they illegal picks? No, they're not. They're intelligent picks, and they're working.
Tyler back. 21-14. The Bills got in the red zone. 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns for the Bills. On top by 7. Braxton Berrios, dangerous return man, will not get his hands on it. It's a touchback. Dolphins start at their own 25. Back to the game. Tua stepping up, trying middle, high for Hill and incomplete. In that spot with everyone converging. Hill slow to get up. So with Buffalo leading right now, the playoffs would look like Steelers at Bills. Dolphins having to go on the road to Kansas City. If they come back and we end up in a tie, Buffalo's the 6th seed and goes to Kansas City. Miami's the 2 seed, and we'll be here against Pittsburgh. So you know what's at stake here in the final 7 and change. Hill out, second and 10. Bailoa, first look was covered, scrambling, gets rid of it. It's caught by Chase Claypool. Rare appearance for Claypool, just his 4th catch of the year. And he's at the 28-yard line, third down coming up here, Chris.
You know, Chase Claypool's a bigger body, so when you're talking about trying to replace Jalen Waddle, and they love throwing over the middle of the field so much, maybe that bigger body can be a factor. We've seen tonight Tua a little high with some of those throws to Tyreek over the middle of the field, so you put somebody bigger in there, we'll see.
Only one Miami first down. in this second half. Bills showing heat. Bringing some. The throw to Hill is through his hands and incomplete. Trying to bring it in front of Micah Hyde. And Miami goes 3 and out again here in this second half.
This is a fantastic throw here by Tua under great duress inside, and he hit Tyreek Hill, maybe the best receiver, surefire Hall of Famer, and he just cannot reel it in.
Miami having to run David Long and extra personnel out. Remember, Cameron Good was hurt. This is the 4th consecutive punt from Miami. It's the first time that's happened all season. Double catch there for Hardy at the 25-yard line. So, worst possible time of the year for Miami's offense to go through this kind of a struggle with 6:14 to go. And Chris, you also think about all the injuries we've seen here tonight. These teams got to turn around and play a game even one more notch up next week.
But they're both getting in a game tonight that feels like a playoff game. And a little playoff experience helps going in there. Now, it doesn't help when you've got your key guys out of the game, but I think the pressure that these two quarterbacks have felt and the blitzes they've had to try and make plays off is really going to be a big part of what they're going to see going forward now.
Miami may be seeing the blitzes of Steve Spagnuolo and the Chiefs in Arrowhead on Saturday night if they can't rally here. Allen and the Bills trying to get back to Orchard Park. First down throw. And his left tackle Dawkins back in. Cook with a dance and a move to the 32. 8-6.
Now let's, I don't know, what would you call that move there, Mike?
The Collinsworth.
Oh.
You're the only guy who saw that smooth.
That's freeze tag right there. Everybody just stopped. Oh. Here we go.
Cook 3 catches on the night. Carried it 13 times. No surprise, as usual. Josh Allen's the leading rusher for the Bills.
Joe Brady, though, has gotten Josh Allen started with a short completion in like the last 3 or 4 drives, it feels like, trying to get him in that rhythm.
Timeout Buffalo here with 5:28 to go. They had a little bit of confusion. And there is Brady. Of course, Ken Dorsey was the offensive coordinator to start the season. And after the loss against Denver, they made the switch to Brady. Well, Vic Fangio is trying to stop Josh Allen. He talked about it earlier this week in a colorful way.
Allen's just a beast of a guy, a physical specimen, you know, like John Elway was in the mid-'80s to the mid-'90s. This guy is the new John Elway on steroids. And I don't mean he's taking steroids. He's just bigger, faster, cannon for an arm, tough. You know, he's a dude.
That was great from Vic.
He's a dude.
That's a great way to describe
him. Exactly right. He's a dude.
And those of us who remember watching Elway play, that kind of describes the way Elway was. And Allen's even bigger, new gen, but 6'5", 237. It's on a ride. Fournette will run inside here, keeping those legs pushing, getting the extra push for the right tackle Spencer Brown as well. They're going to mark it a yard shy of the first half, the 35-yard line.
Well, the dude now, in all likelihood, is going to be called upon to pick up a yard here, and it'll be a healthy yard, but for the most part, every time they have been going off to the left side. He's got the big pusher, Leonard Fournette, in there, and Fournette saying, which way? He's going left.
Taking to go inside this time, and that push, and Allen trying to extend it with Raekwon Davis hanging on him. Had to get to the 36-yard line. I believe that spot's a hair short of it. Let's see.
He went left, but then he kind of got kicked out back to the right.
Alex Kemp stopped the clock, said our time here, the officials' time. Had to get all the way to that 36-yard line. I think this might be short. I'm going to bring out the sticks to look at it.
We'll see. He's going to start off to the left side and then pops back this way.
That extension there, does that get to the 36-yard line?
I thought it was closer to the 36 than what they got.
Right. McDermott's already used a challenge and won it, so he still has 2, and he has 2 timeouts. Listening to his guys upstairs watching the replay. The one thing on the extension, when is his knee down? It's so hard to see in all of this. Looks like he's on bodies,
top of bodies. And the ball comes out there, but it was definitely more than a half a yard, more than where it was placed.
Well, on 4th and 1, the Bills keep the offense out for the moment. And they'll at least line up as if they're going for it.
Go win the game on the offensive side. Why not?
It's going to take all the time here and then take a timeout. No, let's see. All the time bleed off the play clock, 4th and a half yard. And there you go. And Allen surfs over the top and has the first down. Wow. The analytics did indicate go. They do. And get the first down. It's going to force Mike McDaniel to use these timeouts.
So we got a new thing now. Now we got a tush-push launch. It's not just a push. It's an up and over the top. I haven't seen that one yet. And give credit to Fournette for realizing what was happening and getting underneath him there and pushing him for that first down. Yeah.
Wow. Ball at the 37-yard line. He's going to start using those timeouts here. Fournette off a tackle to the left. Gain of a couple. Timeout Dolphins with 3:17 to go.
Well, you talk about John Elway being a dude.
2 timeouts left for the Dolphins. Out of the gun on 2nd and 8. Miami brings the pressure. Allen just pulls it. Pumps, nothing open, and will slide to stay in bounds and force Mike McDaniel to use his second timeout at 3:11. And we'll get to 3rd down and about 8 coming up. And Mike McDaniel, Chris, talked all week about what the intended goal of this Miami team was, to win the division, because Buffalo's run this division. The last 3 years they've won it. They're going for a 4th consecutive here. And Mike McDaniel pointed to the accomplishment, because they were in the playoffs already. He said, no, this group needs to accomplish something like this, because we haven't done it here since 2008.
Well, and the thing that's got to be killing him is I think the game was going exactly the way that he wanted it to go.
Yep.
They were running the football. They had a lead. They punt the ball. They have an injury that takes out 2 of their players and a 90-plus yard punt return, and the game completely changed. But now they need to play right here on defense to give Tua and his offense one more shot.
Buffalo trying to get to the 47-yard line. Miami shows pressure, they bring it. And we have a whistle and a delay of game on the Bills.
Delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Big there, especially coming out of timeout.
Just a killer play there. They did a little shifting around. They were going to bring pressure. But, man, I take that thing back to 3rd and 13. All right. We got Diggs on the top against Ramsey. Let's see.
Cannot make the big mistake. Buffalo, Allen. Going to protect it, going to take off. Long way to go. And Allen got there. Flag down, though. Flag down to the opposite side of the field. Allen's run got him the first down at the 48-yard line. Let's see what this flag is. And again, it's on the far side of the field, away from where Allen was running.
Holding, defense number 5. That's a 5-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
Jalen Ramsey.
It has been the quick releases of Diggs, and there you could see the grab, but don't let that take away from this. Josh Allen, as he's done so many times, bad shoulder and all, just keeps fighting, and Vic Fangio knew he was a dude, and the dude got him that time.
Exactly.
That was some effort at the tail end of that. Yeah. Any other quarterback, other than maybe Lamar, a couple of them,
right,
they're going down before that collision point, and instead he dives for the first down.
15-yard run. Miami does have one timeout left because there was a penalty there. The clock stops, so it's first down. Fournette will lose a yard into the waiting arms of Emmanuel Ogba. Mike McDaniel takes his final timeout here with 2:59 to go. So Buffalo will have a couple of plays before the 2-minute warning, the last clock stoppage for the Dolphins.
Give him credit. You know, Mike, there are so many quarterbacks, when things start to fall apart, they fall apart. He did not have a good first half, right? He did not have a good first half. I hearken back to one Brett Favre, and I think I've got these numbers right. In a playoff game one time, he threw 5 interceptions, and he was still firing at the end of the game and got to 6, but he didn't care. He knew the game was in his hands to win or lose, and I think Josh Allen lives every day just like that. Maybe he should distribute it more, maybe he should hand it off, but when the game's on the line, he knows he can go win the football game.
Money time, this second half. Buffalo has clearly outplayed Miami. Designed Allen run, got to stay in bounds, and he gets down just in time to do that. And that will run the clock down to 2:13 before the next Buffalo stat on third down.
Well, you're right back where you started now. And this has been when Josh has been running, but you certainly don't want an incomplete pass here either, right? So how much confidence does Sean McDermott have in his own defense? I would say a lot, unless you're playing the Miami Dolphins, who can strike as quickly as any team in football.
Call any play you want. Dude, you keep it on one. Ready, break. 3rd and 10. Allen back. He's throwing inside. Shakir short of the first down. So he stopped at the 37-yard line. This will take it to the 2-minute warning. It will be 4th and 1. And the decision coming for Buffalo here. Field goals 55. Do you go for the first? Josh Allen's been great on 3rd or 4th and 1. 4th and 1 conversion here would win the division for the Bills. This was a play 2 plays ago. Allen's left hand went out of bounds before a body part went down. He should have been out of bounds and stopped the clock. Now, that was really close. It was a bang-bang play as it was happening. They wound the clock. You wonder why Miami didn't challenge? They couldn't. They had no timeouts remaining, so they could not challenge to go back and look at that. So, here we go, Chris, lining up to go for it on 4th and 1. And it's a wildcat setup with Fournette. And Shakir sent in motion, and Allen coming back under center. Trying to jump. And they can't draw him off, and Buffalo takes the timeout. Couple of timeouts left, so they try to get him to jump. They did not.
Would you have gone for that? I think I would have.
I'm kind of thinking yes.
I mean, at
Knowing
worst,
Josh, right?
you're leaving the ball. It's not like you're kicking the field goal and going to leave it back at the 45. You're going to leave it at the 37, which the worst things could happen to that. And you're one play away from winning the game.
And your point is, if you do try the field goal to go up 2 scores and you miss it, you're going to give them the extra 8 yards because it goes back to the spot of the miss. And they tried the draw off, that didn't work. And so now Buffalo brings the offense back out. Yeah. Josh Allen's asking for one more person out there.
Yeah. I agree with this one. Get Reggie Gilliam in the game. There's no harm in leaving it here, and your odds of getting this are tremendous.
Everybody in tight. Allen keeps, surfs over the top, keeps going. gets pushed. The spot is coming down the 36-yard line. That's where they had to get to. A spot for the division title, or Miami keeps its hopes alive. Ball is placed right where the line is. And we're going to get the sticks to come in. Just eyeballing it from here, they look a hair short.
I mean, whoever knows where they put that ball down, you know.
And how to mark it, right, on that play? Will Miami get their hands on the ball with one last chance?
Oh my
yes, they will. Yes, they will. So it's a fourth down, change of possession. So the spot will get looked at one more time to make sure it's in the right spot. Surf over bodies. That ball never really gets to that pylon on that side until the end, right there. And the whistles were already being blown at that point. Once the officials come in, they were blowing the whistle at that point. So this play has not been confirmed by New York. Now they have. You see the officials at the top that come in and blow the whistle right there. You can see it. So it is Miami ball, and here we go. Touchdown to try to tie, or maybe win. Tua, Tyree, sideline, out of bounds at the 45. The clock gets stopped there. They've done nothing offensively in this half.
Tyreek, at his best, is built for these 2-minute offenses. Get the ball out of your hands. So far, the Buffalo Bills here in the second half have sort of gotten him off the spot, have gotten him to move around a little bit. That's not when he's at his best. He's at his best. Catch it, get it out quickly. The Bills, on the other hand, will try and distract these receivers getting some contact.
Braxton Berrios in motion. Tua throws. It's complete. Ran midfield. Durham Smythe stopped there. The push by Austin Jackson. The clock keeps running. Miami cannot stop it.
And it's up to these Dolphin receivers to get the ball back to the official quickly, but plenty of time. There's plenty of time here.
From midfield, Tagovailoa in the middle, off the hands of Hill. And a flag down on the far side.
That's pass interference on the defense.
Pass interference, defense number 30. Ball's placed in the spot of the foul, automatic first down for Miami.
Dane Jackson in for the injured Rasul Douglas.
Let's take a look on the outside. You knew it was a matter of time before they could get Tyreek Hill matched up against Jackson. There's the little hook and turn just enough. Let's see if they try and chase Christian Benford over on Tyreek. They do.
Ball at the 40-yard line. Wilkes in the back in motion. Tua stepping up, flinging in the air, hit, broken up. Taylor Rapp, the third safety, goes to the summit to knock it down from Hill.
And we're seeing a lot of unique-looking defenses, and Tyreek Hill has been limping off the field a few times here tonight. Just keeps hanging tough. But these are some really nice disguises coming out here by Sean McDermott's defense.
And they're playing their three safeties with Hyde, Poyer, and the man who just made the pass break up Rapp. Hill on the sideline for 2nd and 10. Tua throwing, and it's intercepted by Rapp. And that's a wrap on the division for the Buffalo Bills for the 4th straight season. And Rapp is injured on the play.
Let's make sure anytime you catch one on your belly, and I guarantee you McDermott's not celebrating yet. It looks clean to me.
Kept it secure. to his chest. Chase Claypool was the receiver over in that direction, in because Tyreek Hill was on the sideline. And Rapp, the veteran who played with the Rams, proposed to his wife on the field after the Super Bowl victory, Super Bowl 56. Comes up with the pick, the second one of the night for the Buffalo Bills. Rapp gets up, and the Bills Mafia enjoys the worthwhile journey to South Florida.
That was some comeback by the Buffalo Bills. It never looked like they were on their A game here tonight. They had a multitude of injuries out there, mistake after mistake in the first half of the game, and yet the Buffalo Bills were very Pittsburgh Steeler-like tonight, and you just couldn't kill them off. They just hung in there, and they've got a quarterback who's tough as nails.
Couple of knees to take here for Allen. There's the first one coming up. We will have the Chevrolet postgame. Melissa interviews the stars of the game, and we'll look ahead to Wild Card Weekend. Miami Dolphins were up 3 in this division, lost to Tennessee, then won 2 games, lost at Baltimore, and then here come the Buffalo Bills, the team that has run this division. Mike McDaniel and company put everything into trying to get it. Felt like it was their division for most of the year. But Buffalo went on a run. After their bye week, they won 4 in a row, come in here tonight, and backed by a lot of their fans here in Miami. They made the trip worthwhile. The Buffalo Bills win the AFC East for the 4th consecutive year.
So we go from the Patriots domination to the Bills domination, and the Miami Dolphins knocking on the door. That was some football game. If that's what we get over the next month, sign me up.
The Pittsburgh Steelers will make the short trip to Buffalo next week, and the Miami Dolphins, who all year looked like they were the team in the AFC, then Baltimore overtook them in the middle of the year, and now Miami not only has to go on the road, they have to go to Arrowhead, to Kansas City, to take on Mahomes, Kelsey, and the Chiefs on Super Wild Card Weekend. Josh Allen running down to some of the Bills fans in the end zone. This looks like the end of a Premier League match. To the away end. Diggs caught 7 for 87. And the Mafia will enjoy Miami tonight. Buffalo Bills